Welcome into the round pen with Bonnie here. We're going to go ahead and put a saddle on her today. I should say I am going to go ahead and put a saddle. Susie might help me, we'll see. Sorry, I learned that we from my wife. She taught me that we need to paint the house and we need to fix the car, and she meant me. So this is the same day as the previous video where we were laying over her back, but we gave her about a 10-minute break and then came in and round penned her and got her feet moving a little bit. And so I want to show you I want to show Susie how I introduce a saddle to a horse. Now I do understand that her owner has put a saddle on her back at one point. She didn't cinch it up, she just set it up there. So it has been done before, but I don't know how long ago that was. And you can tell she's like, what in the world is that ugly thing? Okay. And I think this is a really big deal. And I think most people rush it because we're humans and we're always in a hurry. We got places to go and people to see. Horses don't wear a watch. I said that the other day. She doesn't have a time clock. So I'm going to let her sniff this saddle as long as she wants to. Well, gee, how long is that going to take? I don't know. Takes as long as it takes. Okay, then she turned away. Okay. As long as she wants to sniff it, she can sniff it. If you'll take an extra 15, 20, 30 minutes the first time you saddle a horse and do it really slow and let them have time to process each step, then you'll never have another problem the rest of their life. But if you rush it, I've had horses come in for tune-ups that were 10, 12, 15 years old, and they were still not comfortable being saddled. Because nobody had ever given them time to be okay. Okay? Okay, now she's licking it with her mouth. I love that. She's convincing herself this is not dangerous. And she's got that hay string in her mouth. Tastes like hay, doesn't it? Okay. And you notice when I started to step to her side, she backed up. Don't ignore that stuff. Not saying I'm not going to step over there, but it just tells me a bit of what she thinks about it. And with her, because she's pretty left-sided, I'll typically start on the good side, because then the bad side's a little easier. If you start on the bad side, it usually makes it a little more difficult to do. Anything, really, that you're introducing. Okay, so there, she turned away, but her lips are really tight. See that, Susie? Okay. Which means that she's a bit anxious, not terrible, but a bit. I do want to kind of not whack her with the stirrup too much as I do this. Set it up there. Okay. And it's not on there properly, I don't care. Whew. Okay. Now, Susie, how many times you been bucked off a horse? Couple? Did you go over the front of the horse when you came off? No. No?
Not like over their head.
Like over their shoulder? Yeah. Like right here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people who come off of a horse, most of the time, you come right over the shoulder. With a horse like this, that's kind of goosey and jumpy, that can be a traumatizing experience. I mean, it can actually, more than just scare them, it can traumatize them. So you say, well, I'm the one in the emergency room. Well, yeah, but the horse is the one that really got scared. So, God forbid that were to happen, but if it does, this is how I prepare them so it's not that big a deal. Okay? I'm just going to pull this saddle off over her shoulder, and she's following me, kind of like that, and let it hit the ground. If I can get it. Okay? Like that. That's why I use an old saddle.
That's kind of how I land.
Yeah. That's better than I usually land when I come off. Okay. So it's just a little thing, but I really think that in the events that were to ever happen, it kind of helps prepare her for that.
Don't let it come off on that side, Steve.
Okay, well, that's why I'm getting ready to do it on both sides. Yeah, we always come off on the other side. Yeah, good, just rub her. Yeah, don't sneak around her, just start flopping it up there. Because I've done this enough. And see, her head came up, but she didn't move. So just keep doing that. I'd like to see her kind of relax a little bit when you do it, instead of being bothered by it. I had a Mustang a few years ago that every time you threw the saddle pad on him, he'd flinch. So I had one of my interns here one day, and I said, I want you to throw that saddle pad up 50 times on the left side and 50 times from the right side.
Did his arm hurt?
Yeah, I don't know if her arm hurt or not, but it worked. It just took that much to get him to where he's okay with it. See her starting to relax there? Okay. Okay. Again, this is slow and tedious and about like watching paint dry, but it's important to her.
But she massively disagrees with you, Steve.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sure that bucking horse videos will get a lot more views, but this is...
It's hard to just flop this up there. Like it's awkward.
Okay, and you can go ahead and kind of push it back by her tail, like that, and push it up by her ears. And she's a little bit not liking it up by her ears, so you need to do that. Yeah, there you go, and then back down. Just kind of approach and retreat, up and down there, good. All right, switch sides, different side, different brain. See, she's gonna block you ever.
Does that go slow here? Or make her do
There you go, that's fine, yeah. But you see, as soon as she got you in her right eye, she walked off. So that might be something I could take a few minutes and just go back and forth in both eyes with something, but I want to, it's not bad enough. I need to address it right now. There you go, good. Make a lot of noise when you plop it on there. Good. We're not trying to sneak around her. We're not trying to surprise her or do anything that she doesn't know we're doing. Good.
Still rather watch it on the other side.
Okay. All right, I'm satisfied with that. Just come and leave it on her. Throw it up there. And come put her nose right here. And you just hold on to her. Since you're here, make this a little easier. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to do the deal. Okay. So don't stand in front of her in case she does jump. All right. I'll set it up there. Kind of get it in place. And we're going to go ahead and cinch her up. Okay. And like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't hump up a little bit. I don't want her to, but it's possible. Okay, I'll take that because I don't want her to jump on top of you. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. So when I reach under here, I'm gonna do this, which I've had ropes under her belly. I've had circ singles on her, so she should be basically okay with it. But I don't want to shock her or surprise her. I want her to know it's coming. Now, before I get committed, I'm gonna put a little pressure on that, see her head come up, and then release it. Tighten it, and then release it. Tighten it, release it. This is reducing the chances that she'll blow up. Nothing's 100% foolproof, but it reduces the chances. There. Huh? You okay? Yeah. You're such a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, tighten it. Okay. Tighten it. Tighten it, release. I kind of want her to get okay with this before I go ahead and cinch it up.
Did you have one where you just stopped and said not today at this point?
No, I've never had one that I got this far and I said not today.
Okay.
I've had several that I couldn't get it on their back.
Okay.
Several, especially Mustangs. And I had to come back. And I had one Mustang that was the worst I've ever seen. I actually had to hobble her. I worked on her for 3 days, and this was after I'd had her like a month. And she was a very traumatized horse, had a lot of emotional baggage, but once I hobbled her, she was okay with it. But that's only once have I ever had to do that. Okay. Winston, get out of here. Dogs aren't allowed in the round pen, but he tries to get away with it sometimes. Okay. Make him leave. Kick him out. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm pretty much committed now. I've got to get this thing tight enough that it'll stay on if she gets upset. And I need to do it in a pretty short order. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I'm committed. Okay. Good. I like that she got distracted and said, I'll look at something else, which doesn't mean. Okay, now I'm going to reach under and try to get the back cinch. And I want this back cinch tight. Because, number one, I want her to get used to it, but also it keeps that saddle from bumping up and down when she starts loping, which we are going to have her do here in a minute. Ah, lick and chew. Happy day. Lick and chew. Okay. All right, so that's tight enough it will stay on. Now I'm going to untrack her. Okay. Ask her to move her hindquarters around. I don't know. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to try to stop her from doing that. I don't want her to do that. I don't want her to do that. There we go. There we go. You're okay, baby. You're okay. And that's the reason I don't just turn them loose, because I don't want her to think that's the right answer. Susie just ran out of that.
Stand out of your way.
I'm not going to hurt you. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's all she does. Okay. And that wasn't about the saddle, that was about the cinch. Okay. Horses, generally speaking, what's on their back doesn't bother them too much, but this under her belly can be. Okay, let's try that again. All I want her to do is yield her hindquarters, which I have taught her to do. There we go. There. And not run over me in the process. Yield them around. There you go, baby. See, that wasn't too bad. Lick and chew. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so, you know, that was a little more reaction out of her than I would like, but it would have been way worse if I had not taken all of this time to prepare her. Ropes around her belly, circ single, slow that I've done. It would have been a lot worse. Okay, and get her loping around here. Okay. And if she starts bucking, I'm going to try to speed her up, because she'll run it. She'll run through it. She'll run through the buck if I can speed her up. Okay. And she didn't. Okay. So that's a big win right there. That is a big win. She'll lope around here without humping up. I'm real happy with that right there. Real happy.